Well, it's Tech for Hire. I believe he's going to bore us again with his bullshit.
Hey YouTube, Tech for Hire here. Just doing another little video, and I wanted to do an update on my Quickjack units. I absolutely love them. They make life real easy. If I had one complaint, it would be that the wheels absolutely suck on these things. They're these very hard plastic wheels that don't roll for SHIT. You can hear them. I mean, they're very hard. It makes sense that they need to be hard because it has to hold all that weight, but I have epoxy floors that I laid down and this thing just cuts grooves right into them. I need to look for something else. I need to look for another option. I'm going to show you what I came up with. I will do a little video of the units going across the floor so you can see what it's like with the stock stuff, and then I'll show you what I improvised and what I came up with and how I came up with it. Okay, so as you can see, the stock ones have a hard time going over these grooves that I have here. These are all the grooves that are in my concrete. Now, when those little wheels go over here, it's really a pain in the butt. Now, when these wheels go over there, you have this little example. See how that just gets stuck right inside there? And with all that weight, it's kind of a pain to pull it up out of that groove. So with the other wheels that I have, it just glides right over it, and you don't have to worry about that. That's not a problem. Okay, so what exactly did I do? First thing is first, I had to get wheels. So I had to figure out what sizing would have to go through the wheels. So on eBay, I went ahead and ordered some inline skate wheels. Now these ones, I believe, are 64 millimeters. They are in fact 64 millimeters. One concern that I had is that I didn't want the wheels so big that it would hit the bottom of the body of the car, or when you start to lift the vehicle, the wheel would start to try to lift the vehicle as well, because then that could damage the bearings and it could damage the wheels. So once I found this, I had to get round stock that has screws on both sides. So you can see here, you can actually screw these on. Of course, now it wants to be difficult because there's an inner bearing in here. So this fits on there perfectly. So you can get a nut on either side to actually stop this from moving. Well, when I put this on, it wound up not being tall enough to actually touch the ground. The largest wheels that you can get out there are about 125 millimeter, and that's what I ordered here. Surprisingly, I had another project to where I already had a set of wheels and I forgot about it. So I was pretty sure that these would work, but for some reason on eBay, they only sent me one and they didn't send me the other one. So I was kind of stuck. But luckily, I had these. The original set that I had was for a project that I didn't wind up using. These are 5-inch Walker wheels. You can get these at Walgreens. I think they were 20 bucks for a pair. You're not going to use any of the metal that comes with it. You are going to use the nut. You're going to use the 2 spacers. And that's it, because it actually fits on here pretty well. And what size this one is, I am sorry, I can't really tell you. I believe it is 6 millimeters or 8 millimeters in thickness. Then I had another piece of steel from another project, because my main issue is I don't have any tools. I don't have a lathe. I don't have a drill press. I don't have anything that I could take a round block of steel or aluminum and drill a hole right through it. Because as you can see, basically what I'm trying to do is put this in here, take this 1/2 inch piece, stick this in here, and you can see basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build this up to be 26.5 millimeter or 26 millimeter, something that doesn't give it a lot of room to move around in there. If it was steel, it would be better. The legs, I know what you're thinking is, well, you got those legs, why can't you use these? They came in this box. Well, the problem is these are too thick. These are the thickness of the hole, so I can't use this. I took some I don't know, Plex pipe, whatever you use nowadays for the water that's in houses. Instead of steel pipe, they use this Plex pipe. This, unfortunately, is too thick. Now, I thought about, the walls on this are pretty thick, so I thought about actually taking these down a bit, and it would fit more snugly in there. Because as it sets right now, this piece has a lot of play, but that actually might work to my advantage, mainly due to the fact that when you use it, it gives it a little bit of play. So that way when you're lifting the car, it sinks down a little bit and gives you clearance between the pad and the lifting surface. I originally went from 64 millimeter, which was way too small, and I said, screw it, let me basically double it. So I went to 125. I only got one wheel, but I put it on there just to try and see if it fit, and it fit perfectly. Because these wheels that come out of this box are the same exact size. And they actually look, I was like blue, my garage is blue and white, it would look cool, but actually that kind of looks more professional. Plus, these were like 12 bucks a piece, and they didn't have the bearings on the inside. I had to pull them from the other ones. Now the bearings are cheap. You can get, a dozen for like $5. But if you don't have to pay for anything, you get it all in one, why not just do that? Help if I had a cleaner workstation. Okay, no I didn't. So essentially, there you go. That's all you would need to do. You trim off the excess, that way you don't cut yourself. Use these that came off of the other pieces, the old pieces, that way you don't snag into anything, and then you're good to go. That's all you need to do. Now, one of the concerns I had is, imagine this is your frame, right? See this wheel? it is right about where this body line is. So you may come into a clearance issue. Now these are the larger blocks, especially on the smaller blocks, these are totally going to be in the way. I mean, you look at this, it just barely hits. So depending on the car manufacturer, it might not be a big issue, but these are 125 millimeter, as I was stating before. Now they do have 110 millimeter wheels, which will probably work a little bit better. It will give you this clearance, so you don't have to worry about this. Originally, what I was thinking about doing is taking bicycle quick connects that you would get for a wheel and putting them on here. That way you can slip them on and off fairly easily. As you can see, it's much better. It's much better to use. It's much better to move around. It's less noisy. It's a lot easier to maneuver. Going over the cracks in my concrete, perfect. I mean, when I first got them in here, I was pushing, I was struggling to get them in there. Not anymore. Awesome. Well, that is my simple fix for today. It may work for you, it may not work for you. I honestly think it's gonna be great in my garage. It's certainly gonna be much healthier on my floor. Tell me what you think. If you guys have a better solution, something that would work much, much easier, I am all ears. But for me, this seems like the cheapest and most economical way to keep my floors from getting destroyed by these things. You know, and another thing that bothers me about Quickjack is the fact that they have a picture of a guy lifting both of these things up like it's nothing. And I'm sorry, but these freaking things are heavy. I break a sweat just moving these around and putting them into the right position to lift it up. What kind of freak that guy is, I don't know if he's on steroids, but he just lifts them up and he's smiling. Anyways, I'm blabbering on, it's late at night. But again, tell me what you think. If you have a better solution, I'm all ears. I'd be more than happy to hear it. Have a good night or a good day. Whenever you see this, just have a good one. I hope you liked my video. If you want to see more, feel free to click down below. Don't forget to subscribe, or you can hit me at Twitter at Tech4Hire Online.